It's 10 trivia questions on the Miami Dolphins for my friend Chris's birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast, Miami Dolphins edition. It's me, your good pal, Ryan Budds, and happy birthday to my buddy Chris. His girlfriend, Maria, wrote to me and said, hey, can we do an episode for my boyfriend, Chris? And she wanted me to say, happy birthday, Chris. You said not to get you stuff, so here's something to keep us entertained in the car. And what a great little quiz. All the questions today on the Dolphins written by Maria. So Chris, Maria loves you and knows you more than anybody and said this would be a fun time for you. So we're going to dive into those in just a few. Before we get into that, we've got a bunch of questions from things they don't teach you in school. Let's see about these. We've got the first one. What are the two most common passwords in the history of passwords? They are the word password and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Password and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes sense. Next one, what does the D in D-Day stand for? The D stands for day. It says day. It says D-Day is used for the day on which any military operation is scheduled to begin. Okay. And the next one is, although children sweat a lot, they never smell like sweat. Why not? And it says the substances that smell bad are not produced by the sweat glands until adolescence. I never knew that. And in 1800, there was only one city in the world with a population over 1 million people. What city was it? That was the city of London, baby. Land of Austin Powers and a song about bridges, according to Fergie. And British TV shows that I like Peep Show, right? London, UK, BBC, somewhere around there. Let's get back to Chris. Chris, it's your birthday, and we're jumping into Miami Dolphins trivia right now. Here we go. Go, Dan Marino. All right, here we go with 10 questions written by Maria for her main squeeze, Chris. She said that he loves the Dolphins due to Dan Marino's career. And I'm very familiar with Dan Marino, specifically in his cameo in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. But here we go. Here comes your very first question. Number one, what year did the Dolphins begin as an expansion team in the American Football League? What year did the Dolphins begin? Number one. Number two, what year was the Dolphins' perfect season? What year was the Dolphins' perfect season? Number three, what team did the Dolphins defeat during Week 11 of the 1985 season to end their quest of a perfect season? Number three, what team did the Dolphins defeat during Week 11 of the 1985 season to end their quest of a perfect season? Number four, who is the backup quarterback to Bob Grease and Dan Marino, who was responsible for the hook and lateral play against the Chargers in 1982? Number five, who did the Dolphins defeat in the 9th week of the 2011-2012 season to finally get a win? Who did the Dolphins defeat in the 9th week of the 2011-12 season to finally get a win? Number six, in which season was Dan Marino named the NFL's most valuable player? Number seven, what team did the Dolphins get Don Shula from? And what did it cost them? Number eight, who did the Dolphins defeat in Super Bowl VIII? Question number 9 on the Dolphins. Which AFC East team lost 18 consecutive games in Miami to the Dolphins until finally winning one in 1986? Which AFC East team lost 18 consecutive games in Miami to the Dolphins? Number 10, how many games did the Green Bay Packers lose to the Miami Dolphins before finally beating them in 1997? And your final question, number 11, Don Shula went belligerent during a 1993 Monday Night Football game against which team when the refs muffed a call 2 plays in a row while the Dolphins were punting? Don Shula went belligerent during a 1993 football game against which team? Those are all your questions for Miami Dolphins trivia. Chris, I hope you got a perfect score, or you have to sleep on the front porch. We'll be right back with the answers after this. Go have some cake, Chris. It's your birthday. We are back with the answers to Miami Dolphins trivia for Chris's big birthday bash. He didn't want a gift, so Maria gave him the gift of trivia. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Miami Dolphins answers. Let's see what you got. Number 1, what year did the Dolphins begin as an expansion team in the AFL? That was 1966, the oldest major professional sports franchise in Florida, says Maria. Number 2, what year were the Dolphins' perfect season? That was 1972. They won all 14 regular season games, plus 3 playoff games, and Super Bowl 7. Number 3, what team did the Dolphins defeat during Week 11 of the 1985 season to end their quest of a perfect season? That was the Chicago Bears. 38-24, the Bears went on to win the Super Bowl that year, and of course do that famous Super Bowl shuffle. Number 4, who was the backup quarterback to Bob Grease and Dan Marino, who was the man responsible for the hook and lateral play against the Chargers in 1982? That was Don Strock. Don Strock. Number 5, who did the Dolphins defeat in the 9th week of the 2011-12 season to finally get a win? That was Kansas City Chiefs, 31-3. Number 6, in which season was Dan Marino named NFL's MVP? His second season, 1984, broke 6 full season passing records, including most touchdown passes and most passing yards. Number 7, what team did the Dolphins get Don Shula from, and what did it cost them? That was the Colts, and it cost them a first-round pick. Number 8, who did the Dolphins defeat in Super Bowl 8? That was the Minnesota Vikings, 24-7. Number 9, or 24-7, rather. And number 9, which AFC East team lost 18 consecutive games in Miami to the Dolphins until finally winning one in 1986? That was the Patriots. New England forced Miami into committing 6 turnovers and beat them 31-14 to advance to the Super Bowl against the Bears. And then we had number 10. How many games did the Green Bay Packers lose to the Dolphins before finally beating them in 97? That was 8. Green Bay won 23-18. And number 11, last question. Don Shula went belligerent, playing what team? The Philadelphia Eagles. Tom Oro's punter delayed his punt both plays while the Eagles held at the line of scrimmage, meaning there wasn't a change of possession before it happened. Don was seen on national TV holding a choke sign to the officials. There you go. Miami Dolphins trivia in the books, written by Maria for Chris's birthday. Chris, I hope you had a ton of fun passing some time in the car, as Maria was hoping for. And I hope you have an excellent birthday. Thanks for including me and having me be a part of your amazing day. If you want to be like Maria and celebrate somebody in your family, it's $25 on Venmo or PayPal. And you can pick the questions, the topics. You can write the questions like Maria did. Whatever you want to do, send those to me. Send those requests, ryanbuds@gmail.com. That number is going up in 2023. So if you have something between now and the end of the year, get it in now for a lower rate. We have a fact of the day for you, and it is, of course, about the Miami Dolphins. The team was named the Miami Dolphins after a contest drew nearly 20,000 entries, announcing the winner on October 8th, 1965. Owner Joe Robbie said the dolphin is one of the fastest and smartest creatures of the sea. And the rest was history. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for celebrating your loved ones on this trivia podcast, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.